Welcome to the day trading and swing trading watch list, where we review the premium alerts at swing traders setups that came out throughout the day, and even more as we scan for stocks greater than the list that we put the premium alerts out on. 475 stocks that we watch through intraday, and then in the evening we actually scan a full list of 5,000 stocks to bring you even more to the video than was available on our premium alert service intraday. Stocks that come up on this list intraday can give some great day trading opportunities, as well as carry forward into the days after. We're actually digging deeper into the stocks that showed up. These showed up live today right on our website. They're time stamped at the time they posted on the website, at the time they created the alert. Within 30 seconds this is on the website, and the exact price that triggered at the time. Bear zone, bull zone, daily and weekly intraday breaks posted live on our website, and that's what the premium alert service is for. You can come in on something like FF5V broke out at 136.13, 11.19 this morning. It closed at 137.62. That's $1.50 or 60 cents. So you can see with just a couple of hundred shares trade, you can play for several months of our fee for our subscription service. Just to trade on this one stock from this alert price this morning, 200 shares, you'd have paid for over 4 months of our premium alert service just on one trade. Only takes 200 shares, 35 cents early entry to make that money back. We're going to take a quick look at today's bull breaks and weekly breaks, and then we're going to go through a 3-minute tutorial and then dive deeper into the actual charts. Thanks for watching. I'd like to invite you while you're on the YouTube channel to watch this weekend chart talk video review of this week's alerts. We're going to put this out every Saturday or Sunday over the weekend. I want you to watch that to understand what I'm about to show you. This is what we bring up in that video. This is today's actual breakouts. These are yesterday, day before, day before, day before. Go back 4 days and we have the weekly. And it shows you not only the breakout price, even from 4 days ago or 3 days ago, it shows you where we stand on the P&L at this point based on that price breakout, and actually where we stood at the high. So like this stock broke out at 64.19. It is at 359 profit over that where the day closed today, but it was at 382 at the highs. So you'll see some like VMware the other day, for instance, had pulled back a couple $3, but it had at the high was up over $7 from the breakout price in 2 days, and then it had pulled back for 2 days. So it gives you a progress report on the stocks, and I'll probably show you this at the end of each video as well going forward. But this will be every weekend review, and you got a chance to get the full list of stocks and see where they stood multiple days into the trade. And that video will explain it more in detail. These are today's stocks that broke out on the daily charts, the price level they broke out at, and where they ended up at the end of the day after the breakout stock. In the case of OLED, this morning crossed at 182.30, and it ended up over $12.55 from that price into the day. 15.55 was the net for the day on that stock. And we're going to go through these one chart at a time. I'm not going to talk a lot. The new format is I show you the list. You can pause the video right here. You can take a look at the breakout levels, the trigger levels, and these, if they're on our 475 stock list that we do watch intraday, came out live on our website at the time of the break, and that's what I was showing you in the introduction there. This is our weekly breakout, bull zone, our daily bear break and our weekly bear break. So I'll show you these at the beginning of each video every night. Give you an opportunity to pause it. You can look at this and refer to it, and then we're going to walk through the charts very quickly, about 10 seconds each. You can give you time to pause any chart and take a closer look at the chart. That way you get a chance to review our support and resistance lines that we have plotted on our charts. Because if you're about to run right into resistance like VMC did last week, ran $7 from our alert, but then it ran right into overhead resistance and pulled back for 2 days, and we want you to see that. I believe it was VMW. But we want you to be aware of those lines while I like to show you the charts. And remember, anybody subscribes to our service, they actually get help setting up their charts to have these same lines drawn on them on their own chart, so they're aware of them at that time as well. We're going to do the 3-minute tutorial, and then we're going to start walking through these charts. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Okay, on our weekly bear breaks, we had none for today. On our daily bear breaks, we started out with ACAD. It broke down through our trigger price at 27.81, and from that trigger price it closed the day 70 cents down below that. As we progress through the charts, like I said, on about a 10-second interval, you'll see this line highlighted, so you can glance right at the chart. You can see the chart to your this side, as well as you'll be able to see highlighted the line, the chart that we're on, and the price that it alerted at. ICPT is a good example of a stock running into old support line here that goes back into the end of September, I believe. So as you're watching this intraday, as it cleared 56.03, which is what this red line represents, every day on the charts as we go through them, the red line is the actual value plotted for you next to the candle where the trigger was alerted at. On this particular stock, if you were an intraday subscriber, you say, hey, wait a minute, I got possible bounce support here from September, and that's what that pink line's for, and we're going to help you set that on your charts as well. But this closed below the support line. I'm sure intraday it probably tested it. NUVA took out the 50-day, just making you aware this blue line is our 50-day. 200 days of orange line was already a gap down through the 50-day and then through our alert line at 57.30. Close the day down to $1.74 below our support, our trigger price. Bear break on play 53.58. Well, obviously that's way up here. You see the red line, big gap down. Of course it took it out, and then it sold off profusely throughout the day, so you wouldn't need my help finding that. This stock sitting on the edge here, and the 50-day is right below it, so anytime you got things like that, they may support. This 105 was an old line I was referencing quite some time ago when this stock was in play. It may go back and revisit that again. I'm going to set myself an alert on there while I'm here. I may want to know about it when it gets there myself. And that's the bear break list on the daily. We're now on our weekly bull list. We've got 3 stocks so far, first day of the week, that broke out, and we are on a weekly chart over here now, not a daily. So this weekly is the first push up through 79.92, barely 4-cent close above the bull zone price. And you can see there's no more green lines up here, so we're making new highs. Wing broke out at 42.07, closed up $1.16 above the breakout price. We are at previous highs, so that's where it stopped at for the day. You got to watch what it does tomorrow. And then Weight Watchers had a big day today, up 571 for the day. And as it broke out this morning in early trading, 48.77 was our breakout price right here, which also pretty much lined up with my pivot. And then it continued on up and closed 375 above that price. And now we're on our daily bulls, and this will be the end of the video when we get through these. We talked about this one earlier, broke out right here at this green line at 182.30, closed up $12.55 over the breakout price and made a new high. LGN, you can see where it broke out, and $5.02 above the breakout price, and cleared the 50-day today. That's your blue line. This one gapped above the trigger price, opened at the 50-day, slightly pulled back, and then closed 456 above the breakout price. Of course, a good bit of that, probably $1, was already gone in the gap. Weight Watchers, after the weekly breakout price, triggered on the daily breakout price a little bit later at 49.77. I really like the looks of this coming out of this base. Now this one gapped up, sold off hard most of the day, and even after the sell-off was still up 234. Of course, this was down here, so this was one of those scenarios that you didn't make a trade on. It just came up on the alerts, unless you decided to short it. This one is why we show you the lines. Coming into the green line, that's an old high, going back probably all-time highs actually. This is going all the way back on a weekly chart into last February, 11 months ago. So it may or may not have issues here, but this is where we are. That's what we want you to know. And I'm going to give you this value because I want you to know what it is to the penny since it's right on it. It's 181.73. The high today, 181.69. Again, revisiting previous highs from 8 or 10 days ago, or actually more like 3 weeks ago. From the breakout up $1.67. Making new highs. Another stock revisiting previously plotted highs. I'll give you that value as well. It's $43.25. Closed 2 cents below that high. Nice break through the 50-day today. Be careful as you approach this resistance line. Old support, new resistance. Into previous resistance and pull back slightly. It's made a higher high and rejected it before. Now this shows you making new highs. It has been higher before. On a weekly chart, I have an old value going a long way back of $61.02. I usually do these in alphabetical order. I see that I didn't do that, so I'm going to back up, put them in alphabetical order for you right here at the end of the video, so you can have another spot to refer to them at. Here's you another quick look at today's breaks for the weekly and the daily, bull breaks and bear breaks in alphabetical order. And in the last frame, I'm going to bring in a 5-day review on all the bulls. This is today's. We just looked at them. Put them back in alphabetical order. Put all these in alphabetical order. These are the ones we looked at today, the full list. And then these are the reviews of 1 day ago, 2 day ago, 3 day ago, and 4 day ago. It's also covered in the weekend review, but I want to bring this to you every evening at the end of the videos. And the main thing I want you to be able to do is, one, did they continue up the next day? A lot of stocks were down today. So I'm giving you that look, and that right now this is still in the green above the breakout price. Excuse me, this is at the high, it was in the green, and now it's pulled back. So see, this one's now gone back red, didn't continue up. This stock is up 81 cents since the breakout. This is from Friday's scans. At the high, it was up $2.48. It is no longer in the bull zone. That's the main thing I want to show you here. I added this green check mark. It shows if the stock is still in my bull zone or not. C-Trip, for instance, even though it had a red day down 17 cents, it still remains in my bull zone. So I think this may help you to know a review of the stocks as we get this market moving around. MOH, another example, broke out. It continued up. It's now got a 385 profit and 414 at the highs. So most of the stocks you'll see a little less as they pull back. But the ones with the green checks are still in the bull zone currently. Others have slightly pulled back on this down day in the market. They may go right back up tomorrow. This is another day back further. Again, the green check marks are letting you know which ones remain in my bull zone, because the original trigger price is no longer what's required to stay in the bull zone. They can still be much green on the profit of the bull zone. Like for instance right here, this stock is still above the bull zone breakout price, and at the high it was $7 above, but it's no longer in my bull zone today. Lost 578 today. Then I'm going to slide these up so you can get a look at the 3rd and 4th day back. Pause this to look at them closer, then I'm going to slide these bars down so you can get a look at the few at the bottom that are chopped off. Continue to do this at the end of each day is my plan, to give you a review there, and you can see what's going on. That way when we have a red day on the market, you can still have a feel for where you stand. Thanks for watching our video. We'll see you tomorrow.